Tracy Dudevoir of MA Properties Real Estate, and it's part of our Have You Met Tracy series, or Have You Met, and it's Tracy's time with the series. So, welcome, Tracy.
Thank you.
Let's chat. I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot about you in this whole series of things. So, what do you do at MA Properties?
I'm an agent.
Okay.
So every day is a little bit different depending on the client's needs and time-sensitive issues. Sometimes I may be out of the office, either chatting with clients in their home or taking them to see potentially new homes.
Yep.
Other times more in the office, making calls on the computer, things like that.
So you work as both a buyer's agent and a seller's agent.
Yes, I do.
From what because I know you've got a house on the market right now. So that's brilliant.
I do. It's going really well. I'm very excited.
Excellent. That's good to hear. So is it the same every day?
No, it's very different every day. And as you know, I came to MA Properties transitioning from a completely different career.
Right.
And that was one of the things I liked, because I really like to be doing different things every day and not be in the same position, whether it be in an office or just doing the same tasks every day. I really like the variety and the opportunity to be out with clients and interacting. And then I also enjoy the quieter times on the quieter days as well. So it's a great fit.
But it is, a lot of folks don't realize, did this come as a surprise to you when you started in this role with real estate? Did you realize it was going to be a 7-day-a-week job and at any time of the day type job?
I did, and transitioning again from my prior job, that's kind of the same situation I had. Okay. So I was prepared for that.
That's good, because that shocks a lot of people. So what was your role before? What was your prior career, and how is that different to what you're doing with real estate?
I was a litigation attorney for many, many years, and
so you're good at negotiations.
I am.
Yes,
I am. Exactly. And I had my own practice, so again, it was just me, all me, every day, just me.
Yep.
So there's a lot of parallel and overlap in terms of, I consider an attorney being kind of a service industry and helping people, and transitioning to real estate, I like that there's that same component. That's really what I like to do in general. I've always sort of been in the service industry.
Yeah. Because in real estate, I mean, to me, it's all about helping people, because whether they're buying or selling real estate, that's the most expensive asset most people own.
It is.
And it's got to be done smartly. Smart moves made here. We got that in.
A double Vanna.
But it's all about doing it the right way and doing it, smartly, with making smart decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so I guess as a litigation attorney, that's very similar.
Very, very similar, because decisions you make obviously have consequences for your clients.
Yeah.
And being an attorney, obviously you hope for the best outcome, but it's not always,
it's not in your control so much.
It's not so much.
Yeah.
But I think in real estate, if you've done your job right, everybody's happy, whether you're helping a seller or whether you're helping a buyer. So it's not only a service industry and trying to help people, but it's watching them have what is a very stressful and difficult transition really be as smooth and pleasant and less stressful as possible.
What part do you like most about your day-to-day activities?
I very much prefer and like the interaction with the clients. I'm definitely a people person. I love to meet people, find out about them, how I can make their day better, what is causing them the most concern, and try to focus on that piece and make that better for them. We can all go through a same event, but it might affect us differently. So when you meet different people, where a prior transaction client may have really been struggling with one piece, a new client might be struggling with
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else, and just enjoy getting to know people and what they need help with and what I can help focus on to make their lives less stressful.
And I think that's one of the values. I don't like to say values, but that's something that's really important to us here, isn't it? Is that we're always, twice, 3 times a week, we're in meetings with the other agents in the
Yes.
group, and we're all talking through the challenges that are hitting with some transactions and others who have faced those, or if something's happening along the way, then someone will say, just be careful of X, Y, and Z so that you don't get into that. So we're always sort of sharing
Yes.
information on the gotchas so that
Yes.
others in the team don't have to go through those gotchas as well.
And it's such an amazing team environment, and that everyone is so supportive of one another and encouraging of one another.
Yeah.
And as you know, I met you all through one of our other agents, and I was so impressed with her personality and values and compassion. And I had had my license for several years, but just never really thought it was the right time to make the move.
Yep.
And after meeting Wenjen, I just thought, this is a place where I want to be.
Okay, this is done.
This is where I want to be.
So tell us of an experience that was a really positive one. You get the joy in helping buyers be successful with that and seeing their faces delight. I'm just wondering.
I do. I mean,
I know that was the thing that I really.
Yeah, and I think in litigation, as we talked about, you can't always control the outcome.
Yeah.
You can do your best, and of course, I always try to be empathetic and supportive of my clients, but I've never personally known whether or not the next day I would lose my liberty. Whereas here, I've gone through selling a house and I've experienced the stress at every single stage. So I feel that I really can tell my buyers, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, this will pass.
Yeah.
Just, you're in great hands. Just, you're doing everything right. It will pass. And I feel like it will just brings an extra layer of empathy and compassion to what they're going through.
And I think empathy is a really good thing for an agent to have, because a lot of folks don't sort of understand from the buyer or seller's perspective just how they're feeling. I know I had a conversation with someone just yesterday, and I was, empathetic because because I'm doing exactly the same thing as what they're going through right now.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get, I get what's happening, type of thing, and that makes a difference.
I think it brings a genuineness to it.
Yeah.
And just letting them know, like, you're here for them. You're on their side. You're going to do it together.
Tell us a little bit more about who you are.
Oh my goodness. I was born in New York, actually, upstate New York,
Right.
but moved to Massachusetts when I was just about 3. So I've been here my whole life.
Cognitive development's been in Massachusetts.
Yep, exactly. I have a daughter who's 33. She lives in Chicago. She's been married for a few years.
Oh.
She's stunning. She's a genius. We kind of grew up together. And
isn't that wonderful? You don't look old enough to have a 33-year-old.
The lens on the camera.
Okay, good. We'll work on that. And I do know something else about you. You have a penchant. You like dogs.
I do. As do you. I do. I definitely do. Everybody says, they want to come back as my dogs. I do.
So tell us about your dogs.
I have 2 little ones right now. I adopted Ellie from Nashville.
Yep.
And when she was 7 months old, she turned 2 in May.
And she's a dachshund?
She is supposed to be a mini dachshund.
Oh, okay.
But,
So that hasn't worked?
No, not so much.
Okay,
She's bigger than a mini, which is, no judgment. We don't body shame. And she DNA'd her just for fun, and she's got a whisper of Chihuahua in her.
Oh my goodness.
And when Ellie turned 1 in May, she got a baby sister, Kiwi. So Ellie Mae and Kiwi Louise.
Yeah, you can just tell with those names that they're spoiled.
A little bit.
Yeah,
A
just
little bit.
a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. And I had lost 2 girls previously, right during COVID.
Yeah.
My little one was almost 18, and I had adopted another one, and she was 15 and a half. So
Oh my goodness. They had a good run in
they
dog
did.
years.
They did.
Gosh. Okay, well, I hope Ellie Mae and Kiwi Louise have the same sort of run.
I do too. I do too. Thank you.
So, what sort of things do you do in your free time?
Free time.
Yeah, that free time. Do you remember that part?
I do not.
You remember that?
I do not.
That activity, free time?
I do not. I really spend time with my dogs. They just went through a military boot camp training, and
Why?
Because they're a little bit naughty. I
okay.
know. Yeah, Kiwi is a bit of a devil. So I'm supposed to have all sorts of homework to do with them.
So your free time is homework for the dogs.
I'm trying to work on, getting the most out of what I'm supposed to be doing as well. And I mean, you've seen my closet. I like to shop. I like to shop for other people as well.
What would you like your future to encompass? What do you want to do when you grow up? Isn't that question we're asked all the way? I don't get asked that anymore, so I guess I'm grown up.
You've arrived.
And you are too. What do you want to do? What do you want your future to look like?
I always wanted to be a dolphin trainer at SeaWorld, but I think that ship has sailed.
That one's yeah, maybe not. Astronaut?
No, bad clothes, bulky, bad hair, helmet, it's all bad. I think I'm doing what I would like to be doing, but I think just being remembered as somebody who left the room a little brighter than when she came in, who left situations a little better than they were before.
Yeah. And that's a good way of being. I think that's, if I had to answer that, I think I'd be exactly the same. I think I'm just happy with what I'm doing right now. I don't need anything to change.
Yeah. Which is a great feeling.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice to be content.
Yeah, it is. Awesome. Well, thank you for spending the time with us, Tracy.
Thank you so much.
I hope everyone's gotten to know you a little bit better. I have.
I'm glad. Thank you.
Okay.